We're out here at the Gravestone Range, and we're going to run one of the top NRL Hunter shooters against one of the pro shooters in the PRS that has never shot an NRL Hunter match. We're going to go and run 2 stages of PRS and 2 stages of NRL and see how the guys stack up.
I gotta say I'm pretty nervous to be going up against Rusty Armour, who has an award named after him. But I feel like I'm up for the challenge, and I'm just excited out here at Gravestone, looking to have a good time.
I don't know, going up against someone who's won an AG Cup award, that's I'm a little nervous about that, but he hasn't shot any hunter style matches, so it'll be a fun competition. I'm looking forward to it.
So to give Chad a little bit of a break, we are going to run him through a quick stage here. Rusty's going to run him through all the tips that he can on our mock stage we have set up, just so he has a bit better of an idea of how the stage should flow and a few of the rules he has to stay within.
That was more stressful than I thought it was going to be. Confidence level is like a 4.5 out of 10.
I don't know, man. I wish it was anybody but Chad. He's pretty dang good. And then he's all set up for it. He's got, like I say, he's got his dope on his rangefinder binoculars, and so I don't think he's going to have a problem with this.
All right, you're going to notice in this event here, we're going to be using our PRS rifles. We just came from a match, and we don't have a complete hunter setup, but we're going to give it a go with our PRS rifles for the hunter style match.
The big part of this stage, you need to find, range, and then engage your targets from the position assigned for it. Shoot 4 targets from 1 position. You ready? Stand by, engage.
Okay, so what I like to do first is, as I'm running up, I like to extend my bipod, because you have to have it folded when you're running up, so you can extend it on the run. You can't put your mag in until you actually get into position. So I came up, but as I was running the 15 yards or whatever it is to the sighting post, I'm looking at the position and I'm determining on my way how I'm going to shoot it.
All right, so I pretty much get the concept. I got to be right over the sighting post. I've seen some NRL Hunter videos before, and some people like try to fudge that a little bit. So I've just been deliberate, exactly over the sighting post. I had the range limits, and it led me to 4 targets in a troop line, right to left. Was able to range those pretty easily because they're on berms, and I feel like that's a little bit of an unfair advantage, but at this place everything is in front of berms. So I'm not naive to the fact that this is probably a little bit easier than a normal like field style match.
So I knew how I was going to shoot it basically before I even found the target. So then I get right over the post, saw the targets, and got the dope, wrote the dope down on my dope card, and while I'm standing up there, before the clock even starts, I'm like, okay, I kind of know what direction we're going to be shooting. I'm feeling the wind. I'm determining that it's 3 to 4 miles an hour, so it's going to be my gun number is about 7. So I'm like, okay, it's going to be half the distance. So if it's 400 yards, I'm going to use 0.2. It's going to be 0.1 to 0.2 because it's only maybe 2 to 3 miles an hour.
When I got down in this position, there was rocks right where I wanted to be, and it wasn't super comfortable. So I missed 1 shot because of recoil management, and I saw it go right over top. So other than that, I feel pretty good about it. I'm getting pretty comfortable ranging the targets, getting the dope, and moving through the stage. I had plenty of time left, but if I would have struggled finding targets, it would have been a different story.
So this stage, it's gonna be 2 targets, 2 turkey targets, and it's near to far. Your pin is the pile of white rocks there. Your arcs of fire are the left and right tree. Your first position is directly between those 2 trees. Second position is that slanted rock off to the left. Go.
Is the first turkey a hen?
Yes.
And the second turkey is a tom?
Yes.
The worst part about my performance on this stage was the fact that I did not remember to move my bipod to a place where I could get to it. So I was fumbling around with my bipod, and then I made the decision, hey, I gotta loosen it and slide it closer to me, because it was a little high in the front, and I had a bag, you know, that wasn't high enough in the rear, so I needed to manipulate the bipod. And that's what I tell people all the time. Don't shoot from a compromised position. Take the time to make the position right. So that's what I decided to do. I missed one shot high on the far turkey. I think it was a little bit of dope related. Made the correction, came down, and got the second round impact. But overall, I'm pretty happy.
So when I got up there to the second position, I knew I wanted to use a tripod rear support because that's kind of an awkward rock to shoot off of at that height. So when I got up there, my tripod, because of all the rocks that were around it, I couldn't get it into the normal position. So I just picked it up and turned it to where I could get it to where I could use it. I mean, it doesn't have to be just straight to the side. It can be moved forward or back. Just move the feet around to where they're between the rocks where I could get a decent shot off, and it worked real good. Just kind of give you a little feedback on how you performed and what I would have done different, and actually what I should have done different. We were told that we had to shoot between those two trees. We weren't told that we had to be up
Between them. Okay.
And I did the same thing. I cramped myself up in there, got next to the thorn bush, and got into it just like you did. We could have stayed back a little bit and shot back here. Would have been a lot easier. Wasn't any big deal with it. On this one over here, I mean, you're real good with a single bag. I'm good with a single bag, but you can see your misses better, get more stable with tripod rear support. I use tripod rear support in there, and like I was telling these guys before, as I'm running up to the stage, before I even get to the sighter pin, I'm looking at the two positions, deciding how I'm going to shoot them, and I knew as soon as I saw it, I was going to use a tripod rear support. It's just kind of helping you be more efficient. You know what you're going to do. That way you're not going to leave your tripod back there. Okay. You're going to bring it up here with you so you don't have to run back and get it, which is...
I probably wouldn't have missed that other shot if I would have had tripod here. So for that matter, we probably could have taken the shot from all the way back there through these trees. Well,
the way he said it, but typically in a hunter's match, there's going to be a post, a little ribbon that you're going to have to be able to touch. Okay. That's typically the rule. So he would have stuck it right there. But anyway, sometimes they just say, okay, you got to shoot there. But yeah, it was a little vague, but it's usually more specific just because there's actual pins that you have to be able to touch.
All right, so be more open-minded and look at the positions before I approach them to actually have a plan before I get there.
Yeah. A lot of newbies, when they're doing this, they'll get in a position like that. It's like, shoot, I need a tripod. Run all the way back, get your tripod, just burn up 20 extra seconds.
Okay.
Right.
The stage is going to be 4 positions, and we're going to have 4 different targets downrange. What's going to happen is you're going to shoot the large one on the left, which is a square. He's going to transition over to the large one on the right, which is a circle. And then he's going to move position, and he's going to shoot the small one on the left, which is a square again, and the small one on the right, which is a circle again. Now the squares are at 400 yards and the circle is at 600 yards, and there's a decent pan between these two targets, so it adds a little more challenge, a lot more movement. So the big difference on this is there's a lot more movement, and we're going to be shooting this in a lot less time. So they're only going to have 90 seconds to shoot this. They already know where the targets are at, and they also know what the distances are. So they can go into this stage prepared with their dope already ready on their guns or written down, and they'll be able to dial that quickly or do holdovers.
100 more, I'll be gone in the morning. Let's both show you can't change my freedom anymore. I got a white one fever. Get gone. Somewhere too long where you know I can't stay. Find me away today, where I'll be tomorrow, where you know I can't stay. Get gone.
The first target I missed off left, I guess I couldn't see it. There was brush behind it and I had no idea where I missed. Missed again, couldn't see it. So I was a little bit lost there, and then I ended up trying to figure that out and timed out. So didn't get very many points on that stage. Chad suddenly caught up with me.
Yeah, so we're 3 stages in now. It's pretty tight. Anything can happen. You can see somebody missing a shot, getting stressed out on the clock, or I made a couple misses because I was just trying to rush and get my last couple shots off. I felt really stable on the cattle gate. So the interesting thing about these type of matches is with different disciplines is that anything can happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come out tied in this thing.
So the last PRS type stage we're going to shoot today is going to be kind of a troop line style. They're going to be shooting off these barrels behind me. They can choose what barrels they want to shoot off of, and they have to engage the targets near to far with 1 round each, move position, and then re-engage them far to near with 1 round each. So for a total of 8 rounds, 105 seconds. So one of the big things you're going to notice between NRL Hunter type stages and PRS type stages, there's a lot more diversity of the PRS type stages and a lot more flexibility the MD has to set them up the way they want.
Back. Back.
Just to lead the blind. It ain't gonna be all the fire. I leave this
Back.
I can be what you want with my head in the sand.
Back.
The palm of your hand, talking about
That went pretty well. Whenever I see barrels like this, I feel like they're always going to have some little amount of wobble. And then the second thing that causes me concern is the slick surfaces. So I chose to use a tripod for both of those reasons. And then I was concerned about how smooth this one was, so I have this sticky pad from Armageddon Gear that I threw on the barrel at first, and that made my bag stick to the barrel and not want to slide left and right. I could see I was trending low on the way out, so then I kind of favored a 10th high on the way back and centered them up pretty good, so that worked out pretty good.
The skills that you learn in the PRS definitely transfer over to the NRL Hunter. There's additional skills that you need in the NRL Hunter, but Chad being he is a hunter and he's excellent at PRS, it was kind of a natural for him to go into the NRL Hunter and do well there. But congratulations on the win. You did really well.
Thanks. Take this 308 and shoot an NRL Hunter match.
I know.
Do you think I'll be at a disadvantage? Probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.